What the fuck? I'm so pissed off. I'm so losing my mind right now. In this book, which is Cognitive Behavioral Therapy for Adults with Autism Spectrum Disorder. And I know that CBT is not a good therapy for autistic people. But I got this because it says that it's the leading source for psychotherapists working with adults with autism spectrum disorder. And it had a bunch of reviews of therapists saying that this is what they use. So I wanted to know how neurotypical people, especially in the field working with autistic people, viewed us. I don't even think that they understand themselves, to be honest with you. This is baffling, and I think they have a disorder. Because I'm trying to approach this by the fact that we have different neurotypes and that we just function differently in our brains. But by their explanation of themselves, I think that they have a problem. So it's talking about pragmatics, and it's talking about the communication system, okay? Speech, language, and communication makes perfect sense. So it says, number 1, communicative intentions, okay? To be a successful communicator, so a neurotypical who is successfully communicating, believes that one must be able to convey and read the intentions behind the words used in a sentence. People often say things that are not literal representations of what they mean. So it's telling us that to properly communicate, we're supposed to not say what we mean. It says they convey what they mean because the words are modulated through the social situation, context, the tone of their voice, facial expression, gestures, and environment. So here's what I'm getting from this. A person who is fundamentally unable to understand language, words, and communication is having an experience that is affecting them very physically. Their environment, the way that they're interacting with the person across from them, their body language, their facial expressions, their voice. But they are not educated enough emotionally, mentally, linguistically, to communicate their needs or their emotions or their perspective accurately or clearly. They do not have the language because they are impaired. So instead, they say something that is not what they mean in a desperate attempt to communicate the situation and hope that you will read the physical cues and meet them halfway and interpret what they mean because they cannot interpret those cues for themselves into communicative terms. That's what you're telling me right now. Neurotypical people are unable to communicate, literally or clearly. It says if your boss asks you to do a task you do not want to do, you say, sure, I would be happy to do it. Your intention is to convey that you're willing to do it, not that you're literally happy about it. Every time I've said I'm happy to do something, it's because I have been happy to do it.